In the Greater Accra region, vetting for parliamentary aspirants began at about 10 a.m. on Monday at the regional headquarters of the NDC. A 6-member committee, together with the Greater Accra regional executives, spearheaded the vetting exercise. Parliamentary aspirants in the 11 constituencies, that is, Ningo Pram, Okankwe North and Central, Shai Osudoku, Madina, Domekwabinya, Adentan, Trobu, Sigi, Anyasotum, and Ayawaso West faced the vetting committee. Some incumbent members of parliament who are seeking re-election spoke to Citi News about the process.
I have come to the regional office of the NDC in fulfillment of the processes towards our parliamentary elections on the 13th of May. I went through the vetting. It went pretty smoothly. I am grateful to the regional vetting committee and the national team that came in, and the regional executives and the constituency executives. I assured, in fact, the question was asked that when I came for my vetting 4 years ago, I promised that I was going to do an Operation Gap 20,000, which meant that I was going to give the NDC a 20,000 vote gap on the NPP. We delivered a 30,000 gap, and so I was asked this time what we will do. And I said in the last election, we secured 50,000 votes for the NDC. This time around, we will secure 100,000 votes. So we've launched Operation 100,000 votes. And I'm confident that with the team I have, we will win the May 13th election, and we will win the general election and give the NDC and John Mahama 100,000 votes. I picked number 1 on the ballot, and I think it's just simple. Our presumptive flag bearer, John Mahama, is also number 1 on the ballot. And as the presumptive parliamentary candidate for Ningo Pram, I'm also number 1 on the ballot. And so, to all the delegates in Ningo Pram, you know how we do it. Wayale, John Mahama, number 1, Zoo, Sam George, number 1, Za. So we go John Mahama, Zoo, and Sam George, Za. It's on to work, on to victory. The next 6 weeks, it's to deliver a resounding victory for John Mahama, 98% in the presidential, and at least a 70% for myself in the parliamentary.
And I'm confident that the good people of Madina, who saw the potential in me to lead them and gave me an overwhelming endorsement in the 2020 elections. I'm sure the people of Madina are still waiting to give me the same endorsement in 2024 elections and even give us, wider margins, not only for the presidential, but also for the parliamentary. Now, I am also confident that the delegates of Madina, they know what is best for Madina NDC. The delegates know that when it comes to NDC in Madina, there are only 2 people to be compared. That is Honorable Amadu Sorogo, our former MP, and me, who is the next NDC MP after Sorogo. And you will recall that the people of Madina gave Honorable Sorogo 20 years, to serve them. The first 4 years, he tried, even though he won the vote at the primaries, he couldn't win the main election. The second 4 years, he won the main election. The third 4 years, the second 4 years when he won, we were in opposition, like I am now. The third one, when he won, we were now in power. The fourth one, we were in power again. The last one was when he lost in 2016. And so when you compare the fact that we gave Sorogo 20 years as delegate in Madina, and you compare that to me, who is just a new entrant, and I've served them for just 2 years in Parliament, what would be the basis of even comparison in the first place?
Incumbent Member of Parliament for Okankwe North, Theresa Awuni-Ladi, is the only aspirant in the region going unopposed. While speaking to Citi News, she touts her achievements as a one-term Member of Parliament.
If I'm not mistaken, this crowd is only coming from Okankwe North, and when we move, the office is going to be empty. And so it is the trust my people have reposed in me. It is a challenge they have given me. Other candidates are equally qualified to come. But these delegates around here sent a signal that they were not ready to go into any competition whatsoever. It is a challenge they have given me, that go in peace and deliver. And that is what I am assuring them.
For first-time contenders, they believe the prospects of winning is huge.
The questions were basically about my contributions to the party. And yeah, essentially that was what it was about. My contributions to the party and the role I played in the party and what I intend to do when I go into Parliament, and whether when I get into Parliament I will be able to play the same role for the party again. And I answered in the affirmative, that's all.
So you are confident that you'll be passed by the vetting committee?
I have already been passed, and I took number 2, which is a sign of victory. Yeah.
You had number 2?
Yes, number 2.
What are some of the questions again they ask you specifically? We want to
I have just said that they asked me about my contributions to the party, which I have told them the role I play on the various committees in the party.
Okay, we want to push you. What are some of the contributions you've made to the party?
I serve on different committees: governance committee, manifesto committee, security committee, all kinds of committees. And of course, there is a lot of work that goes on there. We can't divulge everything here. But once you are on a committee in the party, clearly there is some role or some duties that you perform, and that's all I'm alluding to.
One can't be complacent. One can't be too all-knowing and all too confident. You've got to work. It requires a lot of effort. It's a continuous process. In the last 2 years, I've been working the grounds, really working the grounds and getting so close to the delegates and the constituents. I'm very confident that the work we've put in, the innovative approach we've approached it, the tactics we've embarked on, and obviously in the next few weeks, I mean, how we are going to ensure that we maintain the momentum is the surest ways to ensuring that we win. I'm very confident in just not only my abilities, but all the tactics, strategies, and things, effort that we've put into the campaign thus far. Really confident that the delegates of the party would be moved by that.